Welcome to Ed Resonance Talks, where we bridge the gap between educational research and the reality of the classroom. I'm your host, Robert Fryer, and today's episode is a heavy hitter. We're diving deep into the crisis of teacher burnout, specifically looking at the data from our latest research paper. Before we jump into the findings, if you find this conversation helpful, please take a second to like, subscribe, and follow us on your favorite platform. It's the best way to support the mission here at Ed Resonance.
Today we are going to break down our latest study about teacher burnout.
I'm excited to share this because while we hear about burnout constantly, our paper actually puts the why and how into a clear, evidence-based perspective.
That's exactly what I love about this study. It moves past the surface level talk. Let's start with the core thesis. Okay, so here's a number for you. 60%. That's the percentage of K to 12 teachers in the US who meet the clinical criteria for burnout as of 2024. 60%. Let that sink in for a second.
That's staggering. And it's not just a bad day or a tough week, it's full-on burnout. We're talking about emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and a loss of any sense of accomplishment. It's like the entire profession is running on fumes. And it's not just K to 12 teachers. Higher education faculty are in the same boat, with 64% reporting extreme emotional exhaustion. It's like the entire education system is collapsing under its own weight, and the people holding it up are being crushed.
What's even more alarming is how this burnout is translating into action. In the 2023 to 2024 school year alone, 7% of K to 12 teachers resigned. That's thousands of classrooms left without experienced educators. And then there's the 16% to 29% who are seriously considering leaving.
And when teachers leave, it's not just a loss for the schools, it's a loss for the students. The consistency of the learning environment takes a massive hit, and for kids who rely on that stability, it can be life-altering.
Especially when you consider the demographics. Female teachers, who make up the majority of the workforce, are disproportionately affected. 74% of them report feeling overwhelmed often, or extremely often. That's compared to 49% of their male counterparts.
And then there's the racial equity gap. Black and Hispanic teachers are experiencing higher rates of stress and depression, and they're leaving the profession at alarming rates. Nearly 1/3 of Black educators are considering leaving. That's a massive loss of representation and culturally responsive teaching for students of color.
It's such a vicious cycle. The students who need the most support, students of color, students in underfunded schools, are the ones losing the teachers who are best equipped to help them. And that loss isn't just felt in the classroom, it ripples out into communities.
And the physiological toll of burnout is just as alarming. Teachers aren't just emotionally drained, they're physically breaking down. Chronic stress is leading to insomnia, high blood pressure, and even more serious conditions like cardiovascular disease. It's like their bodies are literally paying the price for the system's failures.
And yet, the response from the system has been so inadequate. Teachers are being told to practice self-care or be resilient, as if a mindfulness app is going to fix decades of systemic neglect.
It's insulting, honestly. These so-called wellness programs are just band-aids. They don't address the root causes of burnout, like oversized classes, lack of resources, and constant performance evaluations.
Those evaluations are a huge part of the problem. Teachers are being judged on standardized test scores, which don't even come close to capturing the full scope of what they do. It creates this culture of fear and anxiety where they feel like they have to choose between meeting bureaucratic demands and actually teaching in a way that's meaningful.
And that's where the demoralization comes in. Teachers enter the profession with so much idealism. They want to make a difference, to help kids learn and grow. But when they're constantly being told that their best isn't good enough, it's soul-crushing.
And that demoralization doesn't just stay with the teacher. It trickles down to the students. Burned-out teachers can't provide the same level of instruction or emotional support, and students feel it. Academic outcomes suffer, classroom disruptions increase, and even students' stress levels rise.
That's the part that really gets me, the stress contagion effect. Research shows that teacher burnout can literally transfer to students. Elevated cortisol levels in kids, impaired cognitive function, emotional dysregulation. It's like the stress is seeping into every corner of the classroom.
It's heartbreaking because kids are so perceptive. They pick up on their teacher's emotional states, and when they see that their teacher is struggling, it creates this environment of anxiety instead of learning.
And then there's the financial cost of all this. Teacher turnover is costing school districts billions of dollars every year. Recruiting and training new teachers is expensive, and when experienced educators leave, schools lose institutional memory and expertise.
And it's not just about money. High turnover rates disrupt the social fabric of schools. When teachers leave, it breaks the support networks that other teachers rely on. It's like pulling threads out of a tapestry. Eventually, the whole thing unravels.
So, what's the solution? Clearly, the current system isn't working. Do we need to completely overhaul how education is structured?
I think so. The industrial age model of schooling, one teacher, one classroom, standardized tests, it's outdated. Look at Finland. Their system is built on trust and autonomy. Teachers there spend fewer hours in the classroom, which gives them time for collaboration and professional development. And they don't have standardized tests breathing down their necks.
Finland is such a great example. Their teachers are treated like professionals, with the same respect as doctors or lawyers. They're given the freedom to design their own lessons and assessments. It's no wonder their burnout rates are so much lower.
And there are promising models here in the US too, like the Next Education Workforce Initiative. It's a team-based approach where teachers share responsibilities and collaborate across multiple learning spaces. The early data shows it's reducing burnout and improving job satisfaction.
That's encouraging. But these are still isolated examples. For real change to happen, we need a societal shift in how we value education and the people who provide it. That means closing the teacher pay gap, reducing workloads, and giving teachers more control over how they do their jobs.
And it's not just about money, though. That's a big part of it. It's about respect. Teachers need to feel like their work matters, that they're not just cogs in a machine. Public opinion is starting to shift. 64% of Americans now believe teacher salaries are too low. But we need to turn that sentiment into action.
Absolutely. Legislative changes are a good start. States like Minnesota are raising teacher salaries, improving pensions, and increasing prep time. But we also need to invest in mental health support for teachers and reduce class sizes to make their jobs more manageable.
And we can't forget the role of advocacy and collective action. Teacher unions have been instrumental in pushing for better pay and working conditions. In some cases, like the Stand Up with the Teacher campaign in Jordan, grassroots movements have completely shifted the power dynamics in education.
It's inspiring to see what's possible when teachers and communities come together, but the clock is ticking. If we don't act now, we risk losing an entire generation of educators, and the consequences for our kids and society as a whole would be catastrophic.
You're right. The data is clear. The current trajectory is unsustainable. We need to stop treating teacher burnout as an individual failing and start addressing it as the systemic crisis it is. The future of education, and our children, depends on it.
You know, it's time to take care of the people who take care of our kids, because if we don't, who will?
This conversation has been a vital reminder that we can't just talk around these issues anymore. As the research shows, solving burnout requires a systemic shift, not just a weekend off. Robert, thank you for bringing the Ed Resonance rigor to this topic today.
Absolutely. My hope is that this paper serves as a roadmap for administrators and educators alike. Thank you for joining me today. You can read the full research report at edresonance.com under the blog section. If these talks have resonated with you, please like and subscribe. New topics will release every Monday with deep dive conversations happening throughout the week.
Until next time, keep resonance in your research and your classroom. Take care.